Hi there, and welcome. I am Stíofán Séamus, and I am a spiritual healer and advisor, and an intuitive reader. As we live our lives, Spirit guides us to and through life situations that can be difficult to understand. It's up to us to decide if we will follow the path that the Creator has set before us or ignore all the signs and wonders that this universe has to offer. Sometimes we are presented with a life situation where we need further guidance or healing to get through it. As a spiritual advisor and a master Reiki healer, I connect with Source and channel messages and healing specifically for you and your highest good. Having love life issues? Let's talk and see what Spirit would want you to know about the situation right now. Emotional issues? Maybe you are in need of a Reiki session so that we can channel universal life energy to help you realign. Or maybe you are debating a career move and need to know if now is time to make the move. Through our Spirit's mutual understanding, we can seek out these answers. So, if you would like to have a reading today, go ahead and message me. Let me know. And I will be more than happy to do that for you today. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus, Guide of the Light. Oh dear, oh my. That's no good. So, hello. As you can tell, I'm having a little bit of trouble with camera stuff here. Oh, what joyous fun it is. There we go. So, let's try to get that fixed. And then, device. This. Okay. Ooh, well. I am so sorry, you all. That was very unexpected, as you can imagine. Okay. So I could do this. And then, okay, that should be plenty. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So. Whew, boy. I kind of wondered about that there for just a moment. Okay. And then we got the card cam up here, right? Yeah. Awesome. Boy, that was scary for a moment, yo. Make sure I got everything else where it needs to go. Well, I'm not too worried about that one. This one, though. Okay. A little cockeyed there, isn't it? Hi! Oh, man. So, if you are joining us, if you're not joining us, if you're watching this after it's been aired or what have you, grab your tea and join us anyways. One way or another, join us somehow, some way, somehow. Like I said, I do apologize for the kind of choppiness of the video. Can't really control much of anything with that as I'm sitting here watching the upload speed bounce up and down. I contribute that to it being the weekend and there's a lot more people possibly at home or up later or what have you. So hey, it's great, it's good. Things are starting to feel a little bit more normal than what they were over weeks past. So that's a good thing for everybody, right? Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna boost myself up. Yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's probably too much, but boost myself up just a touch. Man, it's just a little bit is all that it takes to. Wow. Okay, so I think we're going to move right into the collective reading. Oh yeah, that's loud too, isn't it? Collective Archangel collective reading. So we're going to do Archangel Collective reading. I think what we're going to do this one on today is we're actually going to kind of have a subject. And this is going to be kind of a things we need upcoming week. Not really the progression of the week, just kind of things that we need to know. Things that we need to keep in mind starting tomorrow and going through the rest of the week, okay? So let's do that. This is going to be a 3-card reading. 3-card Archangel card reading. What do we need to know for this coming week? And I think that will give us a good start for today's show. And hopefully we'll have some good people on. I want to message a couple of people here on my Facebook. Guess I need to get my Facebook pulled up if I'm going to do that. But yeah, I'm going to message a couple of people on my Facebook and get that moving here soon. Yet again, I continue to apologize for this, but I just want to let you all know that I do know that there is some choppiness in the video, and so I do know that is going on. Now, see, I don't like that. Okay, so Becca Boo. Hello, I am well. We are just getting ready to do a collective reading, kind of asking what we need to know for the upcoming week. I'm going to pull out 3 cards that give us kind of a gist of what's going to be going, of what we need to know, what we need to keep in mind for this coming week. So, and that's a cut. And I know the glare on the cards, you all, I just absolutely love technology. I do. That is not sarcasm, okay? But sometimes, I don't know, I'll have to get in here and mess with the colors on the video. Hopefully my new camera will be in here soon, and hopefully its standard will be a bit better than this, because I mean, I could really use a block right there, but that's about as good as it's going to get, I believe. Yeah, see, I just don't know. I feel like I need to, yes, it is, freezing. My upload speeds are going wacky, tonight. So, I'm so sorry about that. Usually this time of night, everything's kind of cooled down. But the upload speeds are kind of wacky. Everything's going good. Everything's doing great. So let's get into this real quick. So for the collective, for what we need to know and carry into the next week, moving forward, we're going to do a 3 card for that. The first card is Brilliant Idea. This is from Archangel Uriel. Uriel says, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Okay. And I'm going to read all these together. We had this card last night. This card is Nurture. This is from Archangel Gabriel. And Gabriel says, you are as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Okay, and then the last card is Outdoors. So this comes from Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel says, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Okay, so what do we gather from all of this? I think we're kind of on this thought and idea that we need to make time for ourselves, that we need to remember to come back to a place of center, or come back to a place of wholeness, and nurturing. Okay, this nurture card coming up twice in a row, 2 days in a row, is not coincidental, right? So this is kind of one of those things of, you know, we have to really be in thought for ourselves. So this brilliant idea card, I'm kind of seeing that as the, hey, yes, this is a great idea. You need to get outside so you can care for yourself. Okay? Getting outside to care for ourselves. And I know the way that sounds actually kind of, in a way, sounds very odd as to what it would pertain to nurturing. But whenever we do this, the card says, you know, you go outside to get some fresh air and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. All of that is self-nurturing techniques. All of that is grounding techniques, which is nurturing our soul, mind, body, spirit. Okay? And so when we do that, we're showing ourselves self-care, self-love. And things tend to loosen up for us a little bit. The stress gets a little less for us. Becca Boo says, go outside to get out of my head, have fun, and let the stress go, and be happy to be alive and start caring for myself, since I guess since I never do. I like that collective. Yes. So, you know, this is kind of that idea. This card of brilliant idea is nothing more than this is what you're going to need to do this week card. You're going to need to remember to keep yourself nurtured. And what do you do to nurture yourself? You go and you reconnect with nature and de-stress. Peace. Becca. Thank you for stepping in and saying hello. I do like it whenever I have people here. I'm going to have to back the microphone down just a little bit because it is very sensitive. I thought it wouldn't be that bad, but... Okay. So, we're going to move into time here. Tarot readings and chat with Guide of the Light. You know, if there's just something that you want to talk about, you know, what's on your mind, let me know. We'll chat it out, see if there's something that maybe comes to my mind that will help you. If you'd like to have a reading, we can do that as well. I have a reader special, which I choose from a couple of different spreads to do a reading. a couple of different spreads to do a reading from. Then I have a multiple choice spread for a donation of $3. If there's more than 2 choices, it's a $5 suggested donation. Then the past, present, future reading is $5 suggested donation. 7-card horseshoe spread is $10, and the 10-card Celtic cross is $15. All of the money that I get from the readings goes directly back into the show to make the show even better. So hopefully, once we get to the point where we can get several people that's into it in here, then it'll be great. Becca, if you have anybody that you would like to invite in to watch or have a reading, I will be more than happy to have them in here as well. Are you a first-time watcher? Okay, cool, awesome. That's great. Actually, need to fix something here. Actually, did I run into you? Did I run into you at Books A Million today? Is this the individual that I ran into at Books A Million? Okay, never mind. She said, "What's that?" It's a bookstore. It's a bookstore. I ran into someone at Books A Million. It's a books my local hometown, and I told them about the show and stuff. So I didn't know if that was you or what. You don't leave your house. Well, hey. Oh, now. I don't know about all that. I don't believe in losers. Unless you're filled with negative energy, but even then, I like to think that there's some kind of good in you. Becca, would you like to have a reading? I will offer you a reading if you would like. I hear you. I hear you. If you want, you can join me and grab some tea, even though this isn't tea. This is more of a beer mug, but grab some tea and drink some tea with me too. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. So is there a particular question that you have in mind? That you would like to ask, or just kind of general reading or whatever? I'm open to anything. Got a can of Coke. Okay. All right, we'll take that. I'm open to anything, as long as it's not like along the lines of fortune telling. But yeah. Okay, so a love relationship reading, most certainly we can do that. Okay. So Becca is going to get a love reading, and we're just going to ask, what does Becca need to know about her romantic life? So, Becca, what I need is 3 numbers. The first number I need between 1 and 16. The second number I need between 1 and 22. And the third number I need between 1 and 40. Okay? The first one between 1 and 16. The second one between 1 and 22. And the third one between 1 and 40. Okay. The first two decks I have already shuffled, shuffling those as you were getting your numbers. I'm shuffling the last deck now and cutting it as we speak. So 16, you're easy. 22 and 18. So this is a spread that I came up with myself for relationship readings. And so don't get freaked out. This spread works really well with relationship readings. It works with other readings as well, but it tends to look more into relationships. So that is why I have this the way set up the way that I do for relationships. So, the first card, and I will go ahead and let you know that if there's any part of this that you really missed, I am recording it. I will try to get it up as soon as I can. I'm behind on getting videos up, but as soon as I am to where I can, I will have it up, and it'll have your name, Becca Boo, like love tarot reading or something like that. Okay, so that you know and you can find it and all this. The first card in this is from the court cards. Okay. So the 16 court cards, and the first card is the Page of Cauldrons. So the Page of Cauldrons in a love relationship reading talks about an offer of love, possibly soon to be made. New love, a new offer could be coming in soon. So this kind of talks some about this may not be exactly like a romantic relationship, okay? With it being the page, it could be more like a friendship or a childhood bond or something in that nature. I know that this kind of words it in like a future tense type of thing, but let's back off of the tenses and just look at it as a whole. And as a whole, it talks about new love, a new offer. So there could be some identifiers here. Self-love, yes, exactly. Self-love could be one very particular thing that could be headed your way. So the next card is from the Major Arcana. This is 13, Death. And everybody gets really kind of jittery about death because they think, oh, somebody's going to die and all of this. And I'm like, oh, no. Stop there. So, death in a love relationship reading for singles. So it talks about an old perspective or pattern in one's life needs to change to attract new love. So this whole idea of like what you were talking about, self-love, okay? Maybe there's some not so much self-love going on, that that you need to like cut away from that pattern. It's a type of end of cycle. It's a type of end of cycle. But it's breaking away from old patterns that no longer serve us. I talk a lot on here about how we need to do things that are for our highest good. Okay, that is for the betterment of humanity, that is for our highest good. So this pattern of self-deprecating and not giving self-love is what could be keeping new romantic love from coming in. So the last card from the lower 40 of the minor arcana is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords always is kind of like one of those cards that everybody kind of is like, I'm not sure about that one either, because you got three swords that's going right through a heart, just like it is right here. And the Three of Swords in a relationship reading for singles says that this may not be the ideal situation for you to date this person or at this time. So it's not the ideal situation for you to date at this time. I have to see. I use notes. I use my own notes, and so I have to interpret my own notes for the readings. So, had you been thinking about maybe getting back into the dating thing again, or I kind of feel like that maybe that's been a thing on your mind, and that might be kind of why you're not sure. Yes. Well, I would say that that's definitely the case here. I don't know that totally blocking out relationships is necessary, because in finding relationships we can also find ourselves. Okay. Now hear me. Okay. In finding relationships, we can also find ourselves by that. What I mean is that sometimes whenever we get with certain people, those people are who bring us to the point of self redemption. And here we go. We're going with this now, aren't we? And so those people are what bring us to a point of self-redemption. And I swear... Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there, because some people will say, "Oh, well, I need to work on myself," and then they just teetotally stop. They teetotally stop on love, and they're like, "Nope, can't be in a relationship right now. I'm working on me." And whenever the person that came into their life that they could have been in a relationship, they were working on themselves, actually could have been the person that got them to a point of self-redemption sooner than them working on themselves on their own. Okay, so don't completely discard love. That's what I gotta say. Okay, well, I love readings that are like that are just very good, positive build-up readings. It just seems to leave a wonderful feeling, not only for me, but for the person asking the question. Always a good sense of character, I guess, if you would like to say. So, anyways, Sharma, hey, yes, you may have a reading, Sharma. Okay, so Sharma, what I can do is I can ask what you need to know about your career, if there's or anything like that. I don't necessarily know that I could say that I do like fortune telling to tell, if you're going to make a lot of money or anything like that, but I can definitely do a reading to see what you need to know. So, Sharma, I need 4 numbers between 1 and 78. And Becca, yes, self-love work is a must. Again, I do apologize for the buffering and so on. The upload speed is going all over the place on this end, and I'm going to guess that's due to the increased amount of people that's home. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Sharma's ready to dance. She's got a count off over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. I have shuffled the cards. I have cut the deck. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Monica, yes, you may. I am just getting started on a reading for someone. So you will be next in line right after Miss Sharma or Mr. Sharma or whoever that is. After Sharma. Okay, Sharma. The first card is the situation card, so we're taking a look at the career, your career. The 8 of Wands is in this position. So, 2, 5, 7. Okay, so the 8 of Wands in a business career reading says that things are looking up for this business or career. There may be, depending upon the cards that's up here, there may be some overseas travel or an expansion into overseas markets. So that's kind of, I'm not going to get into that too much right now unless I see something else that kind of tells me that would be the case. If there's been any delays in in your business and career. It looks like that everything's kind of done in that area. All of the delays are being removed. And then if there's a question about taking a new job, that this is definitely a yes. Take the new job. I'm not feeling like that's the case. I'm feeling more like that this is a situation where things in the business is looking up. Things is it's almost like the feeling of well, there's only up from here. You almost feel like you've reached rock bottom, and that's just kind of the long and the short of it. So the next card in the reading is the challenge. And this is what is difficult for you in this current situation. So this is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands in the business career reading talks about not letting conflict around you keep you from being your unique self. Talks about standing your ground when it comes to demands that make you not be you. Whatever you do, don't give up. So this is kind of like a very conflict-oriented kind of workspace, but it's not really that strong. Do I see abundance? I don't know. I'm not even to where I can say that, and really I don't know that I'm not the type of person that I give that kind of a reading. Like I said, I do readings. I am a spiritual advisor. Okay, I'm not here to say or anything like that. So I'm sorry if that's what you're looking for, but that's just not the type of readings that I do. The next card is the advice card. This is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups in a business career reading talks about that there could be multiple decisions to be made concerning your career. You really need to connect with your higher self and ask, what do you really want? Don't let outside influences sway your decision. Make sure you know all you need to know about your decision. There's no way that I could answer that. That is way so. I'm doing what I can, and I'm giving you the reading that I give, and I've explained what kind of reading that I do. And so I'm sorry if that's not the kind of reading that you're looking for, but I am not a fortune teller. So I am a spiritual advisor. I can't tell you if you're going to get money. I can't tell you if you're going to become a judge. If those are the kinds of questions that you're looking for, then you need to find somebody else. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's I'm just not that person. So, are we done here? Are you done with the reading? Me 3 times now, and so I honestly, I'm going to be honest. I kind of lost the connection. So I'm going to have to be done with the reading. Honestly, because I said 2 or 3 times. I'm sorry. I can't do another reading on that right now. I've lost the connection. And so with your reading, and so I'm not going to be able to do that tonight. Maybe if you come back on another night, I can try it again. But I can't tonight. Monica, are you still here? I hate to be that way, but as long as it follows the guidelines, I mean, I can try. I can try to do another reading for you, but it's just that I don't do fortune telling. I don't the future. Yes, I'll do a general reading for you. I need four numbers between 1 and 78. Okay, so the first card is the situation card, as I was saying a while ago. In a general reading, the first card is the Four of Cups. This is a time where things are not moving as quickly as you would like, and you are restless or bored. You may be being drained by others, and you need to try to look at the positive things in front of you. You might be surprised what you may find. So, as this kind of situation of being not quite satisfied with the things that are going on around you, but kind of being a little, and I don't mean this mean because it can sound mean, but being oblivious to certain things that are going on around you that could be very interesting to find or see. And okay, I'll get to that in a second. The card that is in the position of the challenge to the situation is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords says that this is a time for retreat. You're emotionally exhausted. You need time to discover new answers. You've given too much of yourself and you are worn out. Some time in nature would do you good. So basically what this is saying is that the challenge to your present situation is that you've been giving a lot of yourself, and in the of doing what you do is what is creating a difficulty for you. So you kind of have this, it's almost like a push and a shove kind of thing, where you have this, you should do it, but then being so exhausted, it kind of keeps you from doing it, and then that's what's kind of causing this this not seeing things for what they are, kind of being bored too, because you've done so much that you're just at a point of just like, man, do I have to keep doing this kind of thing going on here. So the next card is in the advice position. This is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles talks about being very comfortable and secure, being a very comfortable and secure environment. It talks about the home being is prospering and all parties are able to enjoy the fruits. Completion of the financial lessons resulting in success. So basically what this is talking about as far as like advice goes is, the comforts of home. The Ten of Pentacles, it also, it is kind of a family card in a way. So like taking the time to just enjoy family, that can help us relieve the stress of the day-to-day functions of what is going on around us. So, you talked about how you're studying law, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, okay? There's a lot of time that gets put into that. And you might find yourself at times just really dragged down and beat down over it. And so what this is saying is, there's going to be times that you're going to have to take the time and take a break. And that's not a bad thing. You're just going to have to realize when to do that. And in that's when success comes around. So the last card is the outcome card. What do we see that you kind of need to know about the situation moving forward? And that is from the major arcana, number 3, the Empress. Okay, so the Empress talks about that there is fertility in either pregnancy or new projects. So pregnancy is not always the big thing here. I don't see pregnancy in this being an issue. But the material is balanced with the creative. So what this could suggest is that the stuff that you're going through right now, you found a nice easy way to balance out what's going on with what needs to be done. Okay, and so yeah, what does that mean? Okay, so what that means is that you've found this. It reminds me a lot of the equilibrium or temperance. That card, it kind of points me in that direction. Temperance, in that everything is now in order. The scales in this particular area of your life are finally evened out, and you're not having to worry too much about stuff anymore. You're actually kind of on the path that you need to go in. So anyways, I hope that has helped. And I hope that gives some clarity on what, on a couple of different aspects of your life there. Because I feel like that this is kind of a multi. There's several little things that's kind of intertwined here that I'm seeing. Like one part of it is you studying law and going to school for that. Another part, what you got to do to get there and get that degree and get to the point of becoming a lawyer, and stuff. And then another part of it is the family life part of it, and making sure that everything is just like so and balanced out. So I hope that has given you some kind of an idea and a feeling of what to be looking for and how to bring that all together so that you can have this feeling of the Empress where you, excuse me, I gotta look it up. See, short-term memory, you all, where you can come up with new projects and new ideas, and be able to provide that clear thought and sight in those ways. So you're very welcome, Sharma. Again, I am sorry that the other reading didn't work out. It's just that I don't tell future, not specifics like that. I can give you kind of things to look out for, but I can't tell you the future, you know. I'm sorry. That's just not me. I'm not a psychic. I can't see future stuff. So if you're on here and you are watching and you'd like to have a reading, just let me know. Holler out to me. Say, hey, may I have a reading? Or can I have a reading? Or are you doing readings? Or, you know, whatever works. And I will be more than happy to do a reading for you. Right now, I want to take just a short little product break before I get into any more readings. So while I'm doing this, shout out to me. Let me know, and then I'll come back and acknowledge some people that may want to have a reading. Be more than happy to do that. So the first product. This is the Archangel Oracle cards. This is the deck that I use at the beginning of the show to do the collective reading, more advice giving, which I mean everything that I do is advice giving. It's just that this is like as a collective. I also use these to do meditations. And that's, you know, they're good for that because it gives you one subject area to kind of ponder on and hold that thought while you do a meditation. So there's those, and those are wonderful. The cards are beautiful, and the name of the card is on the card, and then underneath the name of the card there is a little description of that, and it's great for beginners. And I mean, I would say, you know, go for it if you would like to have it, or if you feel directed to get this deck, go for it. The next one is the gray deck that I've been using, white or gray. To you all, it's kind of white because the light is so bright in here. But this deck, it's called the Celtic Dragon Tarot. The Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway and Lisa Hunt. DJ Conway is the author. Lisa Hunt is the artist. And they done a really good job on this. In depicting Celtic traditions and so on, and then it's another good starter deck. It gives a very short story, one paragraph story for each card, and then like divisionary meaning for each card. Great for beginners that actually want to kind of like get started into tarot, but don't want to get overwhelmed by it. So this does that. There are a couple of different things that are in this that like they switch the meanings of swords and wands, where the swords are air and the wands are fire. In this book, the swords are fire and the wands are air. They explain why they do that in their book, and I understand why they do it, but honestly, I don't agree with it, and that's just me. So that's just one of the very few minor changes that they do. Other than that, I use my own understanding through what I've studied from them, and then studied from my other book, and then also studied from a professional tarot reader. I mean, I say professional with quotes, but I mean, once you kind of get into it, you're already kind of like right there being professional. It's just, you know, how far out there do you carry yourself? I guess you could say that she's more of a commercial tarot reader. The next book, this is my absolute favorite deck. And today I went to Books A Million, which is a bookstore, and you can go online to Books A Million and you know, get some of these products as well. But excuse me. But I was in there trying to find another deck, and I'm kind of have an idea of which ones I may kind of lean toward. I'm not quite sure, not quite there yet, but I'm trying to feel it out in my heart a little bit and see what direction I go. And so, you know, we'll work on it. I'm praying about it. I'm meditating on it and all of this. But anyways, this deck is my absolute favorite, especially right now. It is the Celtic Tarot. The book is called The Branches of the Celtic Tarot. This is by Christopher Hughes. Absolutely great. Oh my gosh. Of course, this is glossy pages. It's a very well put together book, you all. I mean, just look at that. This, ooh, boy, glossy. Is got a great storyline, along with some pretty deep divisionary meanings. I really need to go back through this book and reread and kind of get connected back into Christopher a little bit. Not that what I have is far off from him, but listen, I mean, some of the illustrations in this is really good, and it's just really thought out. I mean, it is really thought out. Anyways, the Celtic Tarot, my just so far, by far, my absolute favorite deck as of yet. Then once in a while we'll do some ritual stuff on here, and sometimes it'll come from the Christian realm, sometimes it'll come from the pagan realm and the Wicca realm, and sometimes it's kind of a combination of both, of all three or what have you. But a lot of the practices that we will do on the show come from this book, Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner by Scott Cunningham. So this is great to as a start guide for somebody that's kind of a quick start guide, somebody that's kind of thinking about getting into Wicca. Great book there. For all of those products, there's a link to Amazon for each of those products in the description for YouTube and Facebook. Shanove. You may have a reading if you would like to have a reading. You are most certainly welcome to a reading. I have the reader special, which is free. I have a couple of different spreads that I use for that, depending upon the question. Then I have the multiple choice reading. If you got a couple of things that you're kind of asking about, should I buy this car or should I buy that car? I can do that. If you got more than 3 choices, then that's $5. But just 2 choices, $3. Past, present, future reading is $5. 7 cards, Shannon. Okay, thank you. Past, present, future is $5. I got a 7-card horseshoe that is $10, and a 10-card Celtic cross, which is $15. When will you find love? Well, I don't know about that. So, questions should be open and positive. So something like, what do I need to know about my romantic life is open and positive. When will I find love is closed, and that implies fortune telling, which goes against better judgment. I don't do fortune telling. So then, I can do a relationship love reading for you to see what you need to know about your love life right now. And I'm sorry about the frequent buffering. The internet here is with the upload speed is going all over the place, so it's kind of crazy right now. So is that okay with you? We'll do a reading on what do you need to know about your possible romantic life. Okay. All right, Shannon. I need 3 numbers. The first number I need between 1 and 16. The second number I need between 1 and 22. The third number I need between 1 and 40. And for those of you that might be on here just kind of watching and whatever, I do ask you to please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook watching, just hanging out, head over to YouTube and like, share, and subscribe. And that would be I will be eternally grateful. Two, 10, and 22. Thank you. 2. There we go. 1, 2. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Shannon. So Shannon, we are asking for Shannon. Shannon. What they need to know about their love life, romantic life right now. And so let's get it right into that. The first card from the court cards is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords in a love and relationship reading. It talks about moving away from fairy tales, balance, law of attraction with practical application. So basically what this is talking about is the thought and the process of looking for Prince Charming is really like kind of getting in the way of you actually finding your love. Okay, so move away from the thought and idea of the Prince Charming type of partner and move more toward a thought of law of attraction, but also practical application. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means like go after someone that you feel attracted to, but be sure that they're going to be practical for you, practical for your higher self. I talk about on the show all the time, making sure that we do things that is for our higher self, that gets us to a higher state of consciousness. Okay, and so that's something that we need to keep in mind whenever we go and looking for relationships, especially for you at this point. So the next card in this comes from the major arcana, and that is 21, the world. So in a love relationship reading for singles, it talks about that one will soon have what they want. One's soulmate is right on their doorstep. So don't be too disheartened that you haven't come across Mr. Right yet. I'm sorry, this is the world. And I know that that's not any better, but it's a little bit better. At least a little bit better. So don't be too upset that things aren't happening quite yet. Okay? Things will happen the way that they need to happen. You just got to give it time and got to let things work out the way that they need to work out. Okay? So the next card is from the lower 40. It is the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords in a love and relationship reading for singles talks about that this is a time to be extra cautious. Okay, so I think that kind of goes back to this thought of letting go of the fairy tales, because what can happen whenever we think about wanting Prince Charming as our lover, what can happen is they start out as Prince Charming, but then they end up as a very mean beast. So instead of looking for Prince Charming, we're looking for Mr. Right. Okay. So just kind of, keeping that in mind, to not be so willing to just jump right into a relationship and because it looks good, because you don't want to become deceived. You don't want to have that be a player in a relationship. Okay. So I hope that has helped with your thought. I'm sorry I don't have any more than that for you, but that's what came up. So You're welcome, Shannon. Thank you for stopping in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Well, I think it is that time. The time where I go to doing the segment that we call Final Thoughts from Guide of the Light. Final Thoughts. You know, sometimes things aren't always what we think they are, not always what they seem to be, and that can really hold a lot of weight and a lot of negative energy sometimes. And really, you know, it's not really a negative thing. It's just that can be something that holds us back from continuing on in our own path and bringing us to a higher perspective for ourselves. So take a moment to try and bring yourself to a point where you can say, you know, this is my time and this is for me. Because once we do that, once we get into that and we can explore in that time, then we can truly find ourselves, and it's so much better. I mean, I don't even know how else to describe it, but it's so much better than just kind of waiting by the wayside. So, anyways, I don't know, just a random thought, I guess. So, I do thank you all for watching and bearing with me through all of the dropped connection and all of this. I do hope everyone is well, stays well, and gets to doing into their normal routines as much as possible. And don't forget, as I say nearly every time, as a guide of the light, I challenge you to live your life in a way that is for the betterment of humanity. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus, Guide of the Light. If you haven't already done so, facebook.com/Guide of the Light, and you can find us there. Like us on Facebook. You can also do some bookings. Book me to do a private reading over the phone. I would be more than happy to do that with you. Now, those are a little bit more expensive, but you're paying for privacy, and I respect that privacy, and the money that I get from that also goes back to this show. Just so you know, I do ask you to be on the lookout for the live show. If you would like to help to make the viewing and reading experience more enjoyable, you can support me by sending donations to paypal.me/Guide of the Light. I thank you and send light and love your way. The cards that are used in the show is the Celtic Tarot by Christopher Hughes and Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway. Your intuitive reader is Stíofán Séamus. The producer is Stephen James. I do think the ones that have given are going to give and have nothing to give other than a review and a share. My heart and light goes out to each and every one of you. May the divine bless you all. And once again, if you haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're out there just randomly listening, that is all well and good. I invite that, and just overjoyed to have people at least here watching. So once again, light and love to you all out there. Thank you, Stíofán Séamus, guide of the light.